One question I get a lot is, how do I stop taking on too much? I, like you, am a helper. Being a helper is one of my major strengths. However, it's also one of my biggest weaknesses. If I'm not careful, I can easily fall victim to overextending myself. Today, I'm going to share with you a simple practice that I follow when I find myself taking on too much. How can you tell that you've been taking on too much? It's a hard question to answer or even admit in the first place. For me, it usually begins with a lack of sleep, right? I can always tell when I'm tired as my body starts to ache a little more than normal. Another early indicator for me is when I find myself getting a little bit more irritable or annoyed by my ability to quickly service everyone's requests at the level of quality I hold myself accountable for. All high achievers suffer from taking on too much at some point. If that's you, the question you have to ask yourself is this: how do you deal with an increasingly intense workload? Do you bitch and complain about it to anyone and everyone? Do you suffer in silence? Do you resent others for what they do or fail to do? Do you think the grass is greener someplace else? Here's the truth. How to stop taking on too much is not the real issue. The real issue is learning how to filter and prioritize what is yours to do. I remember when I was in college and I called my dad to complain about my workload. I told him that I had too much to do and not enough time to do it. I wanted to drop a class or two, and I even thought about dropping out of college altogether. My dad heard nothing of it. He teased me and said, "Poor Jim, he has too much to do," which, by the way, I did not like at the time, but I later came to really appreciate. See, he told me to make a list of everything I had to do and taught me how to filter and prioritize that list. I didn't realize at the time, but he was teaching me a really extremely valuable habit and lesson. One that I dismissed at the time, but I later learned the importance of it. See, earlier in my career, I wasn't very good at filtering and prioritizing. While I always had a strong work ethic, I would often find myself getting to the end of the week and wonder, what exactly did I accomplish? I mean, I knew I worked my ass off, and I was certainly exhausted, but from doing what? See, every day I felt like I was a fireman putting out fires and helping others put out their fires. Over time, this led to increased frustration because I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything of value for me. Something had to change. I had to change. So I began studying how to filter and prioritize well beyond what my dad taught me that day in college. The more research I did, the more I realized that the key to filtering and prioritizing is quiet time. Sounds strange and trivial, right? But it's not. I, like you, thought at the time that I could filter and prioritize while I was balancing 1,000 other things to do. That didn't work for me, and I bet it doesn't work for you. I made a commitment. Yes, a commitment to make daily quiet time a priority. Time to consciously reflect on what I did over the last 24 hours and what lies in front of me from the day ahead. I started by evaluating how I showed up the day before. Did I show up as a leader and man I aspire to be? If not, why? Did I make a positive, meaningful difference in the lives of others? If so, where? If not, why? I also examined what triggered me to lose energy. What fueled my excitement and momentum? I then reflected on the day ahead. What is most important today? Not in the coming days, the weeks, or the months. No, what is most important today? What opportunities are right in front of me to practice being the leader and man I desire to be? Where is my time and attention required most today? Where can I delegate and empower others? This daily habit drastically changed my life and, by the way, fueled my business. The challenge is not a matter of taking on too much. The real challenge is how to filter and prioritize what is yours to do. If you feel like you're taking on too much, I encourage you to make morning quiet time a priority. This is hard for a lot of people, and I'm not going to bullshit you. It was hard for me when I started. However, I'll be the first to tell you that I would never be able to achieve everything I've accomplished if I wasn't for this one practice. I run my own business. I've written 3 books, right? I've been actively involved in my kids' sports over the years, and I have the time to travel with my wife. None of it would have been possible without my daily leadership ritual of quiet time. The space I create for myself, without question, leads to better results. If you want to experience this, but are not sure how to get started, or how to even sustain this practice over the long haul, I want to help. I want to show you how you can get the right stuff done in less time so you can free up time for yourself without feeling like you gotta run faster, work harder, and do more. I encourage you to follow the link in the description for my Power Week Power Life system. I've documented every step in how I filter and prioritize multiple competing priorities, how I set boundaries, how I schedule meetings, how I delegate tasks, and how I protect and refuel my energy to stay extremely productive throughout the week. Yeah, I created worksheets, cheat sheets, how-to guides, and a ton of tools. I even attempted to address all the questions I get all the time. One of the most common ones I get is like, how do I get back on track when I get off track? I'm a great starter, but I then veer off. I answer that as well. I will unlock all the training materials immediately when you sign up for our next implementation bootcamp. This will give you an opportunity to begin experimenting with all the tools and frameworks today. You can then bring your specific questions to our implementation bootcamp, where I'll personally help you create a system that works for you. For more details, follow the link in the description. Okay, if you like what I shared today, if you got some golden nugget, do me a favor, give it a like, comment below, and of course subscribe. Because each week, I'm sharing content to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.